character of the Cypriot people, from Turkish Cypriots, and I have visited with Turkish Cypriots, and they consider them first and foremost, they consider themselves Cypriots, first and foremost. But the nature of what is happening there is the change in a way where Ankara has its hand on the scale. You mentioned the referendum. Well, I don't know what EU country, I'd love to hear some of the EU representatives here, what EU country would permit that a foreign power ultimately has thousands of troops in its country, and that a foreign power also has the right to intervene in your nation whenever it thinks it's in its interest to do so. What EU nation would agree to that? None that I know of. And that is exactly what the Cypriots cannot be called upon to do at the end of the day. That's why they rejected the very essence of the referendum. And finally, on the S-400, look, the United States offered the Patriot system. Offered the Patriot system. It is the most highly sophisticated air defense system in the world, from my perspective. And I think President Erdogan wants the S-400 not because he's concerned about his neighbors, but he's concerned about his own military. He wants to use it against his own. He doesn't trust his own military, so he wants the S-400 to defend himself against any potential action in the future. It's not about the region. If it's about the region, then the Patriot missiles could easily, they are interoperable, they're within NATO's mission, and there is no reason for Turkey to move in that direction. So I hope, I truly hope, that President Erdogan will move in a different direction. It will recalculate, recalibrate, and be everything that we aspire Turkey to be. But that is not the reality today, with all due respect. Finally, with reference to the gentleman from the Russian Federation, I also appreciate that you didn't answer any of my concerns about Russia in the region in terms of what they have done in Crimea, in Ukraine, in the Skripal attack, in the actions against the United States of America interfering in our elections, and a whole host of other things. So I am sanctioned in Russia. I am proud of the fact that I am sanctioned in Russia. I cannot visit your country. But at the end of the day, I would hope for Russia to observe a different order. Now, the United States is a force for good in the world. We came twice to this continent to save the continent from world wars. The only thing we asked for is enough land to bury our soldiers who were dead. We sought no other benefit. From Normandy and everywhere else, that is all we have ever sought. Give us enough land to bury our dead who we cannot bring back to the United States. We have served enormous blood and national treasure on behalf of Europe and the promotion of the European Union. We are a force for good in the world. It is we who have led, for example, in Africa, on seeking to eliminate tuberculosis, malaria, HIV/AIDS globally, and so much more. We spend more money in humanitarian assistance than virtually anywhere else. Are we perfect? No. Show me a democracy that is. But are intentions those of a global partner that seek peace, prosperity, and stability? Yes. Did we violate the INF Treaty that the Russian Federation violated? No, they violated it. You want to talk about spending more money? We don't need a nuclear arms race. But when you violate the INF Treaty, when you deploy a new missile system that particularly can be dangerous to Europe, then you potentially are the ones starting a new arms race. So I hope for a different path for Russia. We do not seek to be adversaries with any of these countries. We seek to find a world in which we can peacefully coexist and we can all prosper. We will always have differences. We will always have challenges. But they need not be in the context of the type of conflict that we are concerned about today. Thank you very much for listening.
custom to offer our guest speaker a picture of Emmanuel Chrysogoras, right in here, European Public Organization, 15th lecture, Emmanuel Chrysogoras. Guest speaker, the Honorable Robert Mendez, United States Senator, ranking member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, 22 April 2019. So this is for you. You need the frame, of course, and we do another. We need another so that we keep the 15 frames in our walls. Senator.